Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. Happy Valentine's Day. It doesn't matter whether you're with somebody you love or without somebody you love, just love yourself. You're with yourself. Take time to celebrate you today, to celebrate yourself, love yourself for who you are, for where you're at in life, for what you have. Be grateful for, gratitude thing coming in again, because gratitude and love kind of go together hand in hand. So today is Serenity Sunday. So welcome to Serenity Sunday. Hope you're having a fupa. We're having a super fantastic sparkling start to Serenity Sunday. It's been awesome. So today we are just taking a step back from everything. We are going to be getting offline. The only time you'll see me online today is for this Facebook Live and my one this evening, and that's it. My phone is going to stay here on the table, and I am just taking the day for me. Actually, my phone won't stay here on the table because when I go do laundry, I need it to run the washing machines and the dryer because we pay through an app. And the app can be quite interactive. It sends you emails when you haven't done your laundry for a while saying the machines miss you. But anyway, we're off to a super fantastic sparkling. Oh, Joe, I got Stetson here again. We just got back from a great walk, emptied the tanks as well on our way back from the walk. And Zeffy this morning got to play with Dora, and Dora is a full-size German Shepherd, and she was beautiful, and she was, oh, I forgot how old she is, 9? Yeah, she'll be 9 next month. Zeffy will be 2 next month. So, oh, I forgot to get, oh, I know how to do it now. I suddenly realized that I forgot to ask her to have Dora sign up with Zeffy's Facebook birthday club, but I have a remedy for that, so I will definitely do that so that Zeffy gets to celebrate Dora's birthday as well. But speaking of birthdays, Zeffy's birthday club is taking off. It is awesome. She has added 20 birthdays to her birthday campaign since Thursday. 20. She is unbelievable. She's like a machine. But yeah, so she's going to start collecting addresses from around the campground as well for dogs that she gets to meet and play with and that she likes. So she will be adding their birthdays to her birthday campaign as well as we're out and about this week around the campground. And but today is just all about you. It is all about relaxation. It is about whatever it takes to relax. Some people like to relax with a movie and a book or just nap the day away, sit in their recliner and just doze. Others like to get out there and do something completely active, adrenaline rush, go skydiving or mountain climbing or rock climbing or somewhere in between just to help them relax. That's fine. However you relax, take time for yourself today. And since it's Valentine's Day, I thought, what is the history on Valentine's? I thought, how did this start? And so I went to the History Channel because usually that's pretty okay. And I've got the link in the description here, but basically, there's a lot of mystery around the actual start of Valentine's Day, which is kind of cool. And being a genealogist and hearing the word mystery and all of that, I was like, because they say here the history of Valentine's Day and the story of its patron saint is shrouded in mystery. Well, as soon as I read that, I was sort of like, okay, I'm in. This is what I love when it comes to genealogy. It's sort of like, oh, what's this? And you start looking at it and you go and oh, we've got a mystery. Yes, I'm in. Let's go dig. But this one here says, we do know that February has long been celebrated as a month of romance and that St. Valentine's Day, as we know it today, contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman tradition. But who was St. Valentine and how did he become associated with this ancient rite? And so the Catholic Church actually recognizes 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all whom were martyred. Sorry, martyred, I always get those two confused. One legend contains that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome when Empress Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. He outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice of this decree, I love this, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. I was like, yes! When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered him to be put to death. Still, others insist it was Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop who was the true namesake of the holiday. He too was beheaded by Claudius II outside Rome. Other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. According to one legend, I'm loving these legends and myths, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly the jailer's daughter, who visited him during his confinement. Before his death, it is alleged he wrote her a letter signed "From Your Valentine," an expression that is still used today. Although the truth behind the Valentine legend is murky, the stories all emphasize his appeal as a sympathetic, heroic, and most importantly, romantic figure. And then it goes on to how they actually chose February the 14th got chosen, and there was apparently some pagan celebration that was involved with the dates as well for it being chosen the 14th, because this other one was on the 15th, and what was the name of that thing? You'd have to go in the article and read it. I can't remember. I could go, hang on, let's go see. I've got to scroll down a little bit. Lupercalia. Yes. It was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as to Roman founders Romulus and Remus. And I clicked on the link to go read, because I got a link to that other festival in there to go read. It was, and I was like, oh, yes. Lots of, not as romantic as the Valentine's one. Stick with the Valentine's one. It's much more romantic than the other one. But yeah, so it talks about how Valentine's Day came about and how it got associated with love and everything else. So just go read the rest of the article, because it's a bit of a long one. I don't want to read all of it, just the beginning of it. But murky, mystery, history, all of this sort of thing. This is what I love. This is why I love genealogy, because you get into these myths and legends, and it's interesting how they're carried down. These stories are carried down through the families and stuff, and you get to like family reunions or any type of family get-togethers, and the elders of the family are the ones who start telling these stories, and then the younger generation, when they get together, because I've done this myself, when they get together with their grandparents, their great-grandparents, their great-aunts and uncles, with the older generation, they turn, oh, can you tell us the story again of da-da-da-da-da? And then years later, it's like, I wonder if that story is true. And that's where the genealogist part comes in, and you go in and you research, is it actually a true story, or is it some, what is the truth behind the story? Because they say that all myths are based, somewhere along the way, the myths and legends are based on some sort of fact that gets blown out of proportion along the way. And so it's like the same with some stories and some family stories, where you have the family story that kind of gets a little watered down over the years and things as it gets passed from generation to generation to generation. So that's when you start having to dig back and go digging to find out what is the truth behind the story. Is it a complete myth? Is it, what is it based on any fact at all in this family, or was it something that somebody heard or saw and created it as their own family thing? So that's when you start digging a little deeper and uncovering the truth behind some of these myths and legends. And things like people turning around, coming to me today and say, oh, I've been told, our family has been told that we are direct descendants of. And when you go back, you're not actually direct descendants of that person, but you're a distant cousin or something like that. And it's probably been watered down over the years to going from being a cousin of this particular person to being a direct descendant. So somewhere along the line, it's got a little murky and a little watery, and we have to find our way through the murk and the water. And it's a great space to play. I love it. So hearing this about 3 different possible Valentines, that could be, the actual Saint Valentine is kind of cool. And, 3 actual people who actually lived and are associated with a day of love is kind of cool. And, it's not just, it's because I'm, celebrating my 4th Valentine's without bread. Yeah, my 4th Valentine's without bread. But we never really did anything special on Valentine's Day anyway, because we just decided that, every day is a day to celebrate love. And we made sure that at least once a day, at least once in the morning and once in the evening, we both told each other that we loved each other, and, saying, I love you. And that should be something that you should celebrate every day of the year, not just on a special day. And when you're by yourself, it takes on a different aspect. It's sort of like, well, I can still celebrate the love that Brad and I had, which is fine, because I celebrate it every day. I'm grateful for it every day. But on Valentine's Day, I'm going to take a little time out for myself, and I'm going to celebrate my love for myself, and work on that. So if you are celebrating Valentine's Day by yourself, if you are somebody who has recently had a spouse pass, I know I've got a couple of friends who had whose spouses passed away last year, and this will be their first Valentine's without their spouses. Take time to acknowledge. So from one widow to another, or widower, take time to acknowledge the love that you had for your spouse. Take time today to remember that special bond that you had, and also take time today to love on yourself. That's my advice for getting through Valentine's Day. It's what I learned to do to get me through Valentine's Day. Yes, seeing people in the parking lot the other night when they did the Valentine's dinner here at the campground, and they did it outside rather than inside. They've got this massive ballroom inside, but they elected to do it outside. Seeing the couples dancing in there, yes, that tugged at me, and it's sort of like, I may never get to do that again. Have a romantic dance. I said to Brad had always told me, he said that he would be okay if I found somebody else and got married again. I told him, that's it, I'm done. I said, that ain't going to happen. I said, you're it for me. But he says, you never know what's going to happen. I said, that is true. We never know what's going to happen. So there are times when you see occasions like that it does pull on the heartstrings a little bit, and it does make you suddenly feel very lonely. God, I didn't even think I was going to get emotional today. But loving on yourself is the best thing you can do on a day like this when you're missing your loved one, is acknowledge the love you had for them, acknowledge the bond that you had for them, celebrate that, and at the same time celebrate where you are today, who you are today, and love yourself for that person. So go out, have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday. Take time out for yourself today, whether you are joining in the celebrations of Valentine's Day or whether you are just having it as another Sunday. Whichever way you decide to have your Sunday, make sure you make time for yourself. If you can, disconnect offline, put the phones down, only use them if you absolutely have to. Like when I go to do laundry, I've got to pay with the app on my phone. But just take time for yourself today. Love on yourself today. So go have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday, and we will catch you guys later this afternoon. Hakonera.